You can say whatever you want. Skip can say whatever he wants, but Skip, whenever you refer to me, whenever you speak to me, whenever you address me as all-pro Stanford graduate, because those are some accomplishments you can aspire to, you will never accomplish. You have never accomplished anything.
Look, we all knew Richard Sherman was already media savvy.
Okay, I'll accept that. I think I've accomplished more in my field than you have in yours, though you're just getting started.
So I'm the top of my field. So I'm all pro. I'm the best, one of the best 22 players in the NFL. You're going to brush it off, but I don't think you're the best 22 anything in sports and in media and anything. I think you
debatable.
think more of yourself than you actually can, prove. But
okay. Do you think you're better than Darrelle Revis is right now?
In my 24 years of life, I'm better at life than you.
Okay.
So
all right, that's fair.
Let's get down to
that. Let's not get personal here. I just want to know.
It's not personal.
Do you think you're better than Darrelle Revis is right now?
I'm better than you. I am intelligent enough and capable enough to understand that you are ignorant, pompous, egotistical, cretin. And that's really what it comes down to. And I'm going to crush you on here in front of everybody because I'm tired of hearing about it.
With his takedown of Skip Bayless putting him on the map in this field, however, Sherman, a current host for Amazon's coverage of Thursday Night Football and regular guest on various other shows, has beef with another member of the industry, this man, Mike Salk. Sherman joined Brock and Hurd on Seattle Sports 710, and things got a bit awkward.
When you went elsewhere, first to San Francisco and then Tampa, what did it teach you, or what did you learn about the differences between those places and what you had seen here in Seattle?
Well, first off, I remember when I exited here, and I remember some words from you.
Yeah.
That were a lot different than I had heard when I was here. So, you know what I mean? It's a little different. I'm going to answer the questions from Brock and KJ, but we're going to excuse you out of this.
To be clear, Sherman making a guest appearance on the airwaves excused Salk from his own show.
Well, so first of all, that's just not true. I mean, like, the words you heard from me were actually pretty similar to what you had heard while you were here. You just maybe didn't hear them.
Yeah, because I don't listen to your show. But again,
that's fine. I'm not asking you to listen, but the words didn't change. I didn't say anything different when you left from when you were here.
You're excused from the interview.
All right.
Well, sorry.
Doesn't really work that way, Sherm. This is, a show that has my name on it.
It kind of does. It kind of does, though.
No, not really how this works, man.
A bit of the backstory. Every Wednesday on that station, Hurd and Salk have retired Seahawks linebacker KJ Wright on. This week, Sherm joined Brock and Salk during Wright's hour, and the guest appearance went off the rails. Sherman wasn't just selective about which questions he wanted to answer, he was selective about who was allowed to ask them.
Sherman, for your dog. When
that's the only reason I'm here, because of KJ.
Well, I appreciate that, but
the man thinks he can,
if you've got an issue, you can feel free to talk about it.
KJ, not because of you.
Well, I understand that. If you've got an issue, I'm happy to talk through those with you, man.
Salk denied the accusation from Sherman, saying it simply isn't true that the radio host talked differently about Sherman after he left the Seahawks. Brock Hurd defended Salk to Sherman by saying, "Salky and I have had a brotherhood for 14 years. I understand you guys can have beef, but you can ask KJ, who has spent 13 weeks with us. And I think he'd tell you, Rich, he's pretty good." Brandon Contes wrote after Sherman's appearance, "This isn't Sherman's first battle with a media member, previously feuding with obviously Bayless, but he also targeted another Seattle sports radio host, Salk's former colleague Jim Moore. In 2016, Sherman ended a presser by threatening to ruin Moore's career. He later apologized on Twitter, claiming he appreciates the media. Sherman didn't come across great in his latest media feud, while Salk's radio show can now relish the national attention it's getting. Maybe he's right. Maybe Salk was unfair to him, but without bringing the receipts, it's hard to take Sherman's side. If Sherman's plan was to go on the show with a host he has beef with and decline to speak to him, maybe he should have just declined it altogether. No one will ever accuse Sherman of being boring. No one will ever accuse him of holding back either. He's smart and forthright and often incredibly kind and gracious, but this side of him isn't going away, wrote the Seattle Times' Matt Calkins. You should always have a reason, even if it's a ridiculous one, as in bringing the receipts. There is no question Salk has bluntly criticized Sherm. He went off on Richard's comments about Seahawks fans last February, in which he called Sherm the perfect combination of smart, confident, and delusional, and with no need whatsoever to remain consistent. I think the key is he did not provide the examples that were needed. When you're going to call someone out, you then deliver the very lines that they spewed and check them. He didn't do it.